as the whole becomes a part, I strike to burn, and the flame returns.
A lot of people don't want to get rid of oppression because then they have nothing else left to talk about.
Right off the bat.
And I know this is going to offend a lot of people, but I honestly don't care. I am sick. I did the debate on the Shade Room, and that's what they kept bringing up. The halftime show Kendrick Lamar did, that was his message to the culture. We're here. We're going to be unified. We're going to rebuild Black Wall Street. First
Empty
of all,
symbolism.
Each person that is a descendant of slaves is owed around $250,000. I'm gonna tell you what most black people would do if you cut them a check in this country for 250 grand. They're not going out buying no property. Most of us, we're not going out buying property. We're gonna take that money and give that money right back to the same people that are so-called oppressing us still in 2025. We're gonna take most of that money and go right to Louis Vuitton, right to Gucci, right to Hermes, right to Ferragamo. We're going to all of these places that supposedly don't like us. Because the mythology of oppression is so important to black identity that we have forgotten we are more than an oppressed class. I have never personally seen one black person in my lifetime cry over the injustice of slavery because their ancestors were enslaved. I have never seen any black person crying because their ancestors were slaves. I've seen them crying because they couldn't get damn Beyonce tickets over anything else. I've seen them crying because they wasn't first in line to get the newest Jordans before I've ever seen them cry about legitimate oppression in this country. And until we change that, until we really understand that we live now in the most free time in American history, the holding on to the slave mentality is going to continue to psychologically and financially hold us back. The Democratic Party, the left, banks on oppression being the oratorical method of choice. If I speak to you constantly about oppression, you will still believe you are oppressed. And you will still do what I need you to do every single election cycle. You will take your oppressed ass to the ballot box and look for me to give you a fish rather than teach you to fish. The Democratic Party relies on the oppression narrative. Break free from it and you will literally be out of the matrix.
Coming up with 67 different cryptic messages, how is that influencing and helping the culture? Let me tell you something about black people, because I'm black, so I know exactly what I'm talking about from an intellectual level and an experience standpoint. You're offended right now. I see it because I'm black. I know how we operate. Listen, black people get a dopamine hit from complaining, especially in light of Kendrick. When Drake said you always rap like you're trying to free the slaves, is because you guys missed that point. You guys totally missed that point, because when Drake said you rap like you're trying to free the slaves, he was saying that you really not doing anything.
You just rapping.
Documenting it. You go in a little room, you write a rap, and then you put it on you record the song, and then you don't do nothing. Your actions don't line up with it. You're not out here picking a political party. You're not linking up with Candace Owens. You're not linking up with Dr. Martin.
Capitalizing on emotion.
Leader, for real, like actual on the front lines. You're not doing that, bro. You're just writing a song and then going back to your life. And because you're lyrical and you're a modern day poet,
you make black people feel something.
Feel like they did something when they do shit. They ain't do nothing. And I know. As you could clearly see, I'm a successful black man. In order for me to get here, I had to do it. I had to do something. I couldn't talk about it or feel like I'm talking.
Shout out to you, brother.
I had to do something.
This is right. It can't get no righter.
Okay, enough. I mean, if anybody doesn't understand why people, let me rephrase that. If black people don't understand why the reaction to the Kendrick Lamar performance was so polarizing among black people, these brothers articulated the shit out of it. I mean, I almost feel bad adding further commentary because it was broken down so well, but you know, I try to do
what I can do when I can do it.
One of the gentlemen mentioned party and essentially broke down how the Democrats keep you docile by drumming up negative emotion towards the other side that they tell you is the other side while actually being the other side, in explanation of why you aren't getting what you deserve. I mean, I think we know how the votes broke down based on how the views of this halftime performance went down, for whatever that's worth. But yeah, these gentlemen shared the sentiments I did, the same ones. Empty symbolism. For those who don't get that, here's an example of what would it be empty symbolism, courtesy of Cam and Mace.
All of the people, like Cam said, bring them into his world. His world is LA, so if he would have brought out a bunch of gang members on stage, that would have been something for the Super Bowl to see, you know?
Blood and Crips, right? Raid'em, No,
No, I mean
that was
like the
representing
people.
America.
And if you're going the message route that others can't feel or understand, give the community you're speaking to a message that is not only understood, but felt. If you want to claim gang culture as black culture, like you are with the Kendrick Lamar performance, at least let it be tangible. A tangible message that could possibly manifest unity between gangs on a larger scale. And if it's about bringing awareness to the black struggle, albeit through hidden messages, whatever sense that makes, then put a website on a ticker, a QR code on the bottom of the screen during the performance, link to whatever particular black struggle I can donate to. I mean, the message is simple, coming from sections of the community that's speaking the same rhetoric, such as myself. I mean, stop settling for less when it's presented to you as more than what it is. But what do I know? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, subscribe if you like the content, hit the notification bell, and with that said, hopefully you've been entertained and informed while passing this precious time that we have, and hopefully I've earned your sub. I go by the name of Mac. This has been Doing It for GP. Till next time.
You can't treat him like any of the other niggas around here, cause he ain't like any of the other niggas around here.
Never did me, I spit the truth. Call you aware, fear-driven niggas get the boot. All of you squares couldn't fit up in my circle. All of us rare and will hurt you severe. Slow your roll, nigga, patience is a virtue.